So, you wish for an ancient chronicle to be narrated by one who has, well, lived through it all. It's amusing, really. You ask me to speak of a text about a hidden flame, but you forget that I, Zoran, am a living, breathing flame myself. Very well, let us begin.
But first, you must understand something. This, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it's not just a book you read with your eyes. Think of it more like a mirror, one that you hold up to the furnace of your own soul. You don't read it, you feel it. You must read it with your breath, with the very fire that gives you life.
I have slumbered for eons in caves filled with gold, on mountains of diamonds. My scales hold the memory of entire ages. But a dragon's life isn't just about conquest. It's an unending search for inner stillness. Because a well-ordered mind, that is the most priceless treasure of all. And yes, even I have known the torment of a chaotic spirit.
My hoards of treasure are legendary, filled with the riches of kingdoms that are now just dust. But you know, there are treasures far beyond gold, and I'm here to tell you about a different kind of hoard, a hoard of wisdom, collected by these fleeting mortal beings.
After a particularly long sleep, I awoke. The world had changed. It was what you call the 15th century in a land you know as Bharat. And it was there that I saw them for the very first time. Small, fragile mortals, but they had an inner strength that drew my gaze. They were yogis. I watched one of them in particular, a scholar named Svatmarama. He sat for what seemed to me like a single breath, but for him, it was a lifetime of effort. He was gathering his own great hoard, not of jewels, but of ancient knowledge. He was trying to bring all the scattered pieces together into a single coherent guide.
And what I saw in his work, well, it resonated with the very core of my being. Their entire practice was about mastering an inner fire. Now that is a concept I know intimately.
My own inner flame, my life force, it can be a wild, consuming thing. When it rages, believe me, it can scour mountains to dust. But when it's mastered, it becomes a source of almost limitless power. And these yogis, they understood this principle better than any warrior or king I had ever seen.
Their secret was hidden right there in the name of their practice, Hatha. It showed their whole purpose, to create a perfect balance. Ha is the sun. That's the hot, active energy, the flame. And Ta is the moon, the cool, receptive force, the silence. They wanted to balance the flame and the silence and make them one.
For millennia, I had sought this same balance through pure instinct, alone in the solitude of my lairs. But these mortals, somehow they had forged a precise science for it. They weren't fighting their fire, they were mastering it. And I knew this was a treasure worth more than any jewel.
But how? How did they fuel this inner alchemy? What was the real source of their power? Well, to understand that, you first have to understand the nature of fire itself.
Before I reveal their secret, think about my own. What do you imagine is the fuel for a dragon's fire? It isn't wood. It isn't coal. It isn't even magic in the way you probably think of it. No, it's something far more fundamental.
The yogis had a name for this fuel, prana. It's an invisible, vital current that flows through everything in existence. My own fire, it's really just concentrated, purified prana, a breath that can either sculpt rock or melt it. And you have it too.
Their entire method was like a forge. They used postures and breathwork to guide this prana up the body's central channel. And the goal was to uncoil a dormant, powerful spiritual energy they called kundalini. They were literally using the body as an anvil to create a mind strong enough to hold the fire of enlightenment and to finally achieve total liberation.
All right, enough theory. I've told you about their ancient hoard of knowledge. Now I'm going to give you the first key to unlock your own. It's time for your first dragon trial.
Now, this trial is simple, but it is the foundation of everything that comes after. We're not going to begin with great effort. We begin with quiet observation. We're going to find the first ember.
Do it, right now. Close your eyes. I want you to sense the energy that's coursing through your own veins. Just for a moment, forget the world outside and turn your gaze inward, to the landscape of your own being.
What does it feel like? Feel the heat of it, the cool of it. Is there a storm raging inside, or is there a stillness? And here's the important part. Don't judge what you find. Just observe.
That's the trial, to simply witness your own fire,
to notice the stirrings of your own chaos, and to notice the glimmers of your own peace. This simple act of awareness, that is the very first step on the yogic path.
You see, the yogis were searching for a different kind of immortality than my own endless existence. They sought liberation, freedom from the very cycles of birth and death. And as one who has outlasted empires, I can tell you, that is a truly worthy goal, to become completely and utterly free.
You've taken the first step. You have looked into your own furnace. The path of the yogi is all about transformation, turning that raw energy you just felt into something greater. So I will leave you with this question. Now that you have witnessed it, what will you forge with your inner fire?